Hello, my friends. Welcome to Loa Coach Dee. I am Dee, and this is a weekly general reading for life path number 4 for the week of April 14th, 2019, or really it is a general reading. Any time period at which you attract this to you, it could be relevant for you. Also, if you have a 4 anywhere in your core numbers, you might find this reading relevant. And even if you are a life path 4, depending on your other numbers, this particular reading might not resonate with you. Okay, having said that, let's take a look at the cards that we have here. So what we have here is from the major arcana, the overall energy that you bring to this situation. Then these cards represent the physical realm, what's going on in your physical world. The mental realm, basically what's on your mind, what you're thinking about, what you're feeling. And spiritual realm is basically the message from the non-physical, message from spirit, message from the universe. Okay, so let's take a look at what we have here. So the energy you're bringing to it is the star, which is kind of like a dreamy, hopeful energy. Like you have high expectations, like an inner feeling, an inner inspiration about things. And your life path 4, now of course you do have other numbers, but I'm thinking that this dreamy, intuitive expectation is not generally part of your 4 energy. But again, everyone is different, and we all have that dreamy side to us. But that's, you've got hope around this situation and high expectations. Okay, so in the physical realm, 3 cards popped up, and this was the order. So we have the 2 of Wands here, who is, he's looking at his world. He's examining his world and then looking out toward the world at large, right over that. The Wands, like fiery inspiration and enthusiasm and inspiration, that kind of stuff. And the 2s, the inspiration before taking action. He's ginning up inspiration here by contemplating his world, what's going on around him. And underneath that, we have the Ace of Cups, which indicates, new relationships. New relationships, it could be, love relationships or otherwise. And underneath that, we have the 4 of Pentacles, 4, practical, stable. This character is, watching his money. He's very practical about his money. Could be a little too practical at times. Maybe, that he looks like a little bit of a hoarder there, holding on a little too tightly possibly. But let's see. So what we have is, you bringing your hope and high expectations to a new situation here. A new idea has already hatched, so to speak, and this represents you ginning up the enthusiasm for it. Okay. You're contemplating a new relationship with this 4 of Pentacles character here. And I feel like this is some sort of a professional or business relationship, not a romantic relationship. This is, I guess for some of you it could be, and this just represents the energy of this figure. But I'm feeling more of a professional relationship. But think about your specific situation, and any relationships you might be contemplating entering into, or any business deals you might be entering into. Maybe a relationship with someone related to business. Think about how that applies to you, because for some of you, I guess it could be that you're contemplating a relationship with someone who's just maybe he's cheap or she is cheap. Again, that doesn't matter, male, female. It's really what the card represents and the energy that it brings to this reading. But you know what? I do think it is, for most of you, a professional relationship, because you're thinking about financial independence here. So this is probably some sort of a business relationship you're thinking about entering into, because you're thinking about financial independence. This is what's on your mind. This is what you're thinking about this as a result from this relationship, whether it is romantic or not. I guess you could be thinking about marrying someone who is, who has a lot of money, saves his money or her money. But most likely it's a business relationship you're thinking about entering into. And you're thinking about what it will do for you financially, bringing you potential financial independence. Now, message from Spirit. The King of Cups in reverse. And as clarifiers, the Ace of Wands in reverse. The King of Swords in reverse. And the Seven of Pentacles in reverse. We have every suit here in the message from Spirit, and they're all in reverse. And what I'm feeling is that I'm not a fan of warnings. I do not like to warn people, but I do feel like Spirit is pointing something out here to you. I don't think that this relationship is a great idea. I feel like Spirit is saying that you're thinking of getting into this relationship with this figure here, and you should not. That this King of Cups is representing like that this figure is selfish, only out for him or herself. Because this is the order that these clarifiers came up in. Okay, this is, like a non-starter. Okay, so now you're contemplating this relationship. You're ginning up the inspiration for this new relationship with this person who will affect your material world, your finances. And part of the message from Spirit is basically don't. Okay, you should not accept this deal or this relationship. Do not feel enthusiastic and inspired about it. Do not charge in hastily. Seven of Pentacles in reverse, because it will affect your plans for the future, your financial or material gains for the future. Negatively, it will affect them negatively. Your vision for the future will be hindered in this relationship. So again, not a fan of warnings, but I think this new relationship that you're contemplating, for most of you, I feel like it's something professional and businesslike, and for others, it could be a romantic relationship that will, that will affect your physical world, your material world, potentially your financial world. But whatever this new relationship is for you, Spirit is basically saying, think twice. Think twice. You're usually practical for, and you are bringing this dreamy expectation to it. So maybe you need to rethink this. Okay, so now you need to gain clarity regarding this situation. If this situation resonates at all with you, or you think it is accurate at all for you, you need to gain clarity. And for me, the best way to gain clarity is a really good meditation. And I don't mean just one day. Make the time every morning, 10, 15, 20 minutes, whatever you can squeeze in to sit and quiet your mind. Okay. Try to, eliminate all distractions. That's why early in the morning is really good. Eliminate all distractions. And again, if your mind is only quiet for 2 or 3 minutes, that's fine. Most of us can't keep our minds quiet any longer than that. Every time you find your mind wandering off, bring it back to just quiet. And how you meditate is up to you. There are so many different ways that you can meditate, whether it's a guided meditation or just a quieting of the mind, counting your breaths, just paying attention to your breaths, listening to a sound like a ticking clock. That's one that I've used many times. But I find when I have a good meditation or even a decent meditation, just a few minutes of really feeling that detached, quiet feeling, I get a clarity throughout the day. I get good ideas. Ideas just pop into my head, and I love that. So I think a great way for you to gain clarity on this situation and see this potential relationship for what it is, meditation is a really, really good idea. But just in general, law of attraction is the most powerful of universal laws, and it rules everything. Cards are just guidance. Other people's readings or advice, it's all just guidance. You create your own reality with your focus. So you want to keep your vibration high. You want to keep your emotions positive and as happy and joyful as possible. And, that means focusing your thoughts in positive, happy directions. You want to think about things that make you feel good. You have to care about how you feel. So if you make it a point to meditate and catch your thoughts and focus on things that make you feel good, whether it has to do with any of this or not, it doesn't matter. Just as long as you can keep your thoughts and emotions positive, most of the time, as much as you can. No one's positive 100% of the time. Trust me. I work at this a lot, and I catch myself all the time. So, but the higher you can keep your vibration, the more positive you can feel, then you can only attract that like vibration to you. And then this character, he or she will either go away or not even come into your realm at all. So if none of this has occurred yet, you can actually head this off. If you're thinking about entering into a business relationship with someone, if you can get your vibration high and keep your focus on positive things, this person who is probably hoarding the money and keeping it from you or will keep it from you and is selfish, you can avoid that and prevent this detriment to your long-term financial plans, your long-term financial visions. You can prevent all of this by getting out ahead of the energy, by focusing on things that make you feel good. Okay, I think I went on and on long enough about this, but I really love to focus on the positive because that's the only thing that gets us what we want. Focusing negatively does not. But that's why these cards are really, just a guide for you, so that if there is the potential for this pitfall, you can get out ahead of it. So, my 4 friends, whether you're a life path 4 or, any other type of 4, I just want to remind you to focus on the positive, focus forward, and have a beautiful week.